Hey everyone, Ryan here. So I'm back up working on the beehives again today. I think the last time we were up here is when I checked the checked the walkaway split and make sure that there was queen cells. I'll take and open that up, check that, make sure that the queen is hatched. It should have by now. And then I'm going to check the supers on the hive here right behind me and add some supers to the ones on the trailer. Flowers are in bloom, clovers, trefoils are all in bloom, alfalfa is just starting, and then the whole mix of other flowers that are throughout the landscape are also in bloom. But the primary ones here would be the clovers and the trefoil. Those are the primary nectar flow that I get from. So here's the walkaway. You can see the bee numbers are down a little bit from where they were the last time we opened it up. That's just the natural progression when they're not being replaced. Get that one slid over. And this was the frame that had the queen cells on it. Get that one all about broke free. So it looks like there's one cell intact there yet, which means my count might be off. Well, so I searched over the frame. I did find 3 intact queen cells. There's one on that frame here, and 2 of them on that frame. So what I decided to do is I'm going to split it in the walkaway into 2 separate ones. They should hatch here within the next 2 days. So I'm going to take and split these once more. Might as well take every opportunity I can. It looks like there's plenty of bees here. I don't think the weather's supposed to get down too cold. A lot of brooded left on the frames either. Most of it's hatched out. So they're a large enough cluster there they can keep the queen cells alive, generate the heat they need for the next couple nights, and by midweek they should both hatch. I don't remember exactly what day it was. I'd have to look back in the videos that I did the walkaway split. I thought it was 2 weeks ago today. That's why I was thinking that they would have hatched. But I've still got intact cells, and perhaps there's a queen in one box or the other, and they just haven't torn apart the queen cells, or she hasn't gotten to them. I didn't find the queen, not to say that there isn't one. We're going to put these together, and hopefully we can end up with a queen in each box. And we'll go from there. So we got covers on both of the walkaways. I'll try to get out here midweek and check them, make sure that the queens have hatched. There she is, going around the bottom of the frame. I got a virgin queen. So the other box still has a cell, queen cell that's not hatched. I don't know if it's a dead queen cell and they're just haven't cleaned it out, or if my day counts off and this one just hatched in the last 2 days and it's still viable, could hatch any day. I won't worry about it right now. I'll put her back in, come back another day or 2, take a look. But I've got one. That's what I'm looking for. So the cell that I moved to that box is still unhatched. I'm assuming it's got to be a dead queen cell, but they haven't cleaned it out yet. So I'll give it a couple more days. If that's the case, I'll just purge the frames back together and hope that the queen that is running around this box comes back mated. So I popped the cover off from this hive. Look it down in here. They're definitely working on bringing in and filling the supers. A little bit of capped on a couple of the frames up near the top. That's what we like to see, but they're going to need some more space. I might throw 2 more supers on. It'd be nice if I can get the top one busted free. I can see what that next one down's looking like. And there was brood down in a couple of the frames just on the bottom part last time I was in here. So I'd like to add them in this point. Sometimes you got to be a little resourceful. I don't have my hive tool here, but I was able to get that wedged in there. Now the box is starting to move. It does feel like some of the frames down below are attached. Okay, so I was able to get lifted off. Looking at it, there are a couple frames here on the end, like those two. They haven't put anything in, so they still have some space. Those ones there are looking pretty full, and when you come into this and look down, there's capped honey on the top of that frame and on the top of that frame, and a couple more there. Doesn't look like that one has it, and these ones look like they're still being drawn out. There might have been blink frames that I put in there. Yeah, because this is a 10 frame, so they've been drawing these ones out as they go. So they'll have plenty of space there to draw out a couple more frames before they cap them, and a couple more there to fill. But we'll probably throw 2 on here anyways. That'll give me 4 on the hive. If we get a good flow here and we don't get the haze fields harvested, they'll have a couple weeks here yet to work on it, and they can fill one of those in a week. So that still only gives them, 2 weeks of good nectar flow. They'll have those filled, so we'll give them the space. So there's the hive. Had to go to the white frame to get it all in one shot at this distance away. It's got to be close to 4.5, 5, probably 5 foot tall, with 3 mediums, or 3 deeps and 4 mediums. Okay, now onto these hives. These are the 3 deeps that overwintered as 2 deep. I had added a deep in the middle, and last time I was in there, I took the out of the middle and put it back on top. So that way they weren't really utilizing it yet at that point. And I wanted to try to keep the brood area closer together. They weren't expanding the way I thought they might. So we'll pop the covers on both of these. Well, at first glance, there aren't as many bees up here as I thought there might be. I don't know if I can lift this frame out, pull it back. That's still all empty. So they definitely aren't filled right up and busting at the seams, needing more space. But I'm going to give them two mediums, probably drawn out frames. That way they've got plenty of space. As nectar flow comes on, the hive still should be building. You can see, or I can see, down in the tops of these frames have capped honey on them. That's what we're looking for. And that way I don't have to worry about having a queen excluder on there. So there's the first one. Since these are drawn frames, I'll throw 9 in on a box. Makes it easier to do the uncapping. There's the second super on there. That hive is now a 3 deep, 2 medium. I'll throw the cover on top, and they should be good for a couple weeks. Okay, last hive. Again, this was a 3 deep that overwintered as a 2 deep. So the top box had some frames that the bear had gotten into, so they weren't fully drawn out. So hopefully the bees have gotten those all fixed up. And I've got 2 supers to go on. The one bottom one there is drawn out, top one is not. I'll put the drawn out one on top, and the one that's not on the bottom. So let's open this up, see what we got. It looks like they're looking for spots to draw a comb. All the burr comb on there is nice and fresh and white. All of those have got some capped honey on them. I'm guessing that's a pretty heavy box based on what I can see from on top. I'm not going to worry about it right now. We'll grab the boxes and throw them on there. Call it good. So that one's a 10 frame because those are not drawn out. We'll get the rest of those drawn out hopefully here. And the 9 frame that's already drawn out. And like that, we got 9 frame or 9 on there. So those aren't spaced out too bad. Move around a couple of them here. Just like that, call it good. Throw the inner cover on. And I've got a extra super there that I'll throw on top of the inner cover. That way it stays out of the moisture. I know right where it's at in case we need it. So let me do that. Show you what the hive is looking like when it's all said and done. And there we go. 3 deeps, 2 supers, and a spare super on top. Keep it out of the moisture. I did the same on this one. Had a couple of extra supers here. That way they're available for next time I use them. I'll wrap this video up. To help me out, if you can hit the like and subscribe buttons, leave a positive comment down below. Till next time.